Step into the world of bodybuilding legends, and you'll stumble upon giants that redefine the limits of human potential. Among those names, there's one that stands head and shoulders above the rest, yet somehow remains an enigma to many. JD Dawadu. Picture this: massive 23-inch arms that seem to have been sculpted from granite, a colossal chest that commands attention, and muscles that pop like fireworks on the 4th of July. Standing at a mere 5 feet 8 inches, this powerhouse tips the scales at over an astonishing 270 pounds. Yes, you read that right. His stature may be compact, but his physique is larger than life. In the annals of bodybuilding history, JD Dawadu emerged as a formidable force in the gritty 90s and early 2000s. Yet, despite his superhuman presence and jaw-dropping aesthetics, he remained largely under the radar. Unlike many of his contemporaries who graced the covers of fitness magazines and basked in the limelight of marketing campaigns, JD was almost a phantom in the sport he dominated. Some critics argued that this obscurity held him back in competition placements, despite the larger-than-life physique he brought to the stage. JD Dawadu, a powerhouse born in 1965 to Nigerian parents and raised in the vibrant streets of London. Weighing in at a ripped 250 pounds during competition and beefing up to 270 pounds in the off-season, JD has carved a niche for himself in the world of bodybuilding that is nothing short of legendary. JD's journey is fueled by grit and determination. What started as a quest for confidence transformed him into a force to be reckoned with in the British bodybuilding scene. With remarkable genetics and an unyielding commitment to his craft, JD exploded onto the stage in 1989, clinching the first place in the light heavyweight category at the EFBB British Championships, and he didn't stop there. In 1990, he soared to even greater heights, snatching the overall champion title, securing his place among the greats of the UK bodybuilding community. As if that wasn't enough, JD took his talent to the international arena in 1991 at the IFBB World Amateur Championships, grabbing a commendable second place and setting the stage for his ascension into professional bodybuilding. Fast forward to the early 2000s, and JD was making waves in prestigious competitions like the Arnold Classic and Mr. Olympia, where he proved time and again that he belonged among the best. JD's story is not just about trophies. It's a testament to the power of passion, hard work, and cultural pride.
JD's journey into bodybuilding wasn't backed by hype, million-dollar sponsorships, or glossy magazine covers. No. His path was raw, gritty, and earned rep by rep in the iron jungle. Coming up in the UK, JD built his reputation from scratch. With nothing but sheer willpower, old-school training, and an obsession with perfection, he carved a physique that looked like a tank with aesthetics. When he stepped into the competitive scene, judges couldn't ignore him, and fans started to realize this wasn't a man to underestimate. JD Dawadu never got the media spotlight he truly deserved. While other names were plastered across magazine covers, JD was quietly putting in the work, bringing physiques to the stage that left hardcore bodybuilding fans stunned. Many argued that politics and judging bias robbed him of higher placings. But ask any seasoned bodybuilding forum or old-school fan, and they'll tell you JD had a world-class physique, a look that should have placed him higher, a body that deserved far more recognition than it ever received. In a sport where respect is earned by the iron, JD earned it 10 times over. JD Dawadu's era wasn't easy. He wasn't competing in some soft field. He was up against legends, men who are still remembered as icons today. Yet JD stood toe-to-toe with them, proving that his muscle, his density, his shape belonged on that same stage. He may not have left with Sandoz or endless sponsorships, but he left something greater: respect. Respect from fans, respect from fellow competitors, and respect from the sport's diehards who knew quality when they saw it. JD Dawadu's story isn't just about trophies. It's about grit, determination, and building something so remarkable that it forces people to remember you even decades later. His journey is the definition of bodybuilding. Not chasing fame, but chasing the perfect physique, rep after rep, year after year. JD may not have had the brightest spotlight, but in the eyes of true bodybuilding fans, he will always shine as one of the most underrated yet unforgettable warriors of the iron game. So the next time you hear the name JD Dawadu, remember, you're not just hearing about another bodybuilder. You're hearing about a man who built granite-hard mass, stood against the giants, and carved out a legacy that refuses to fade. That's what makes JD Dawadu a name worth shouting, worth remembering, and worth celebrating in the halls of bodybuilding history.
Gauge where my standing is in the world. Obviously I've got an inner belief on my physique and the capabilities of it.